Dear students, welcome to 12th class Biobotany. So we were discussing the chapter Sexual and Sexual Reproduction in Plants. So last class we covered the development of monosporic embryo sac and what are the cells present inside this embryo sac, antipodal cells and also egg apparatus and polar nuclei, all those things we have covered. And today we are going to study a new topic, that is pollination. So you might have heard about pollination. Pollination, it is very essential for plants, and this is done by with the help of some agents. Those agents are called pollinating agents. Pollinating agents may be biotic or abiotic agents. For example, wind and water, which also helps in pollination, and animals also helps in pollination. So what is actually pollination? Pollination means, you know what is this? This is stamen. Okay, this is anther and this is filament. This structure, complete structure is called stamen. That means male sex organ in the flower. And this is pistil. Okay, or carpel. That means female sex organ. So pollen grains are produced in the inside this anther, and these pollen grains are transferred from this anther to this is stigma. Stigma of a flower is called pollination. So what is pollination? It is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower is called pollination. Okay, so these pollen grains must transfer to stigma, so they need a mechanism for transferring. So pollinating animals, they help to transfer the pollen grains from anther to stigma, or maybe abiotic agents also helps in transferring pollen grains from anther to stigma. Abiotic agents mean wind and water. Pollinating animals means birds and insects and human and other animals also helps in pollination. Okay, so this pollination, this process which is essential for these pollinating animals and also for plants. So plants and these pollinating animals, they are they show co-evolutionary modifications. Okay, pollination done by with help of abiotic agents. We will study about pollination done with help of wind and water, and also by biotic agents, that means pollinating animals like by insects, by birds, and by any other animals and human, etc. Okay, so if there is no pollinating agents or pollinating animals, pollination is not going to happen. So you can understand what are the after effects. So if there is no pollination, what is going to happen? No seed formation, no fruit formation, and the ecosystem is not going to exist. Okay, so pollination present mainly in spermatophytes. Spermatophytes. Okay, spermatophytes include gymnosperms and angiosperms. In gymnosperms, in these plants, pollination is direct, which means pollen grains are transferred directly into this ovule. So here inside this ovary, ovule is present, and these pollen grains are directly exposed to ovule. That type of pollination is called direct pollination, and which is present in gymnosperm. Okay, so gymnosperm, they show direct pollination. What is mean direct pollination? The pollen grains which are directly exposed to ovule. You know, inside this ovule what present? Female gamete present. Okay. Then angiosperms, you can see indirect pollination. That means pollen grains are transferred into the stigma of the flower. From they land on the stigma, and pollen grain develop, they germinate and they form pollen tube, and this finally pollen tube pass through style, and finally they reach into the ovule. Okay, so this type of pollination is called indirect pollination. Then in angiosperms, majority of the plants, they show chasmogamy, and some plants they show cleistogamy. What is mean chasmogamy? Chasmogamy means at the time of pollination, what happens? The flower open, okay, and this flower open, and this anther and stigma, they are exposed. so they can do pollination. This phenomena is called chasmogamy. But cleistogamy means flowers are closed and inside this closed flower pollination takes place. That phenomena is called cleistogamy. Okay, so the flowers they show chasmogamy, they are called chasmogamous flower, and the flower which show cleistogamy, they are called cleistogamous flower. So what is chasmogamy? Chasmogamy means, or what is chasmogamous flower? The flower which open and their stigma they are exposed, so they can do pollination. That is called chasmogamous flower. Okay, that phenomena is called chasmogamy. Cleistogamous, what is? This flower always closed. Inside this flowers, this anther and stigma present. They are not going to open the flower. Okay, so those flowers are called cleistogamous flower, and the phenomena is called cleistogamy. And there are two types of pollination: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination. Self-pollination means transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a same flower is called self-pollination. So you can see here a flower here. This flower is a bisexual flower. Bisexual flower means this flower has both sex organs. Stamen, that means androecium, and gynoecium or pistil. So from here, from this androecium or stamen, and pollen grains are transferred into stigma of that same flower. That is called self-pollination. And the self-pollination present in plants, those plants which have bisexual flower. To perform this self-pollination, plants have several adaptations, or plants they show some mechanisms for performing self-pollination. Those mechanisms or adaptations are listed here: cleistogamy, homogamy, incomplete dichogamy. So we will discuss one by one what is cleistogamy, what is homogamy, and what is incomplete dichogamy. These mechanisms are important for performing self-pollination in plants. Okay. In order to perform self-pollination, the plants show different adaptations or mechanisms. So let's study what are those. The first mechanism, cleistogamy. Cleistogamy means the flowers are closed always and their anther and the stigma never exposed. So this is a closed flower, and in this closed flower the pollen grains are transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower, and this flower is not going to open. Okay, they remain closed. So that mechanism is called cleistogamy, and it is present in plants Camelina, Viola, and Oxalis. So in Camelina bengalensis, in this plant there are two types of flower: chasmogamous flower and cleistogamous flower. In chasmogamous flower, I told you the flower open and the pollination takes place. That type of mechanism is called chasmogamy. Those flowers are called chasmogamous flower. But what about cleistogamous flower? Cleistogamous flower, they show cleistogamy. That means flower closed, and inside this flower self-pollination takes place. So this cleistogamous flower, they are present under the soil. Okay, in this Camelina bengalensis. So this is a mechanism for self-pollination, cleistogamy. The next, then second mechanism which favors self-pollination, that is homogamy. So what is homogamy? Homogamy means the stamen and the stigma of the flower which mature at the same time. Okay, that favors self-pollination. What is homogamy? Homogamy means the stamen and the stigma of the flower mature at the same time, and they favor self-pollination. And these types of mechanism present in plants Mirabilis jalapa. That mechanism homogamy that favors self-pollination. Okay, so pollen grains are transferred from stamen to stigma of the same flower. Next mechanism which favors self-pollination is called incomplete dichogamy. So first of all, what is dichogamy? Dichogamy means it is a mechanism by which anther and stigma of the flower that mature at different time. At different time. That is called dichogamy. Okay, the anther, the reproductive organs, anther and stigma, they mature at a different time, and which favors cross pollination. Cross pollination. Okay. Then what is incomplete dichogamy? Incomplete dichogamy means the time of maturation of this anther and stigma may be overlapped. Okay, the time of maturation of anther and stigma may be overlap, and this overlapping of time which favor self-pollination. Self-pollination, and this is a rare phenomenon. So incomplete dichogamy means the maturation of anther and stigma, the maturation time of anther and stigma may be overlap, which favors self-pollination. That is called incomplete dichogamy, and which is rare. So we have studied the three mechanisms which favors self-pollination. Cleistogamy. In cleistogamy we have said about the plant Camelina bengalensis. Camelina bengalensis, they have two types of flower, chasmogamous and clismogamous. Clismogamous, they are subterranean, they found under the soil and they never open, and they perform self-pollination. Then we discussed about homogamy. Homogamy means the anther, maturation time of anther and stigma same time, and which favors self-pollination. And next one, incomplete dichogamy. Incomplete dichogamy means the anther and stigma, the maturation time overlap, and which favors self-pollination. That is incomplete dichogamy. Next, cross-pollination. So what is cross-pollination? Look here, you can see two different flowers. Here, the pollen grains are transferred from one flower to stigma of another flower. That is called cross-pollination. So cross-pollination means transfer of pollen grains from anther of one flower to stigma of another flower is called cross-pollination, and there are two types of cross-pollination present: geitonogamy and xenogamy. Okay, so let's discuss what is geitonogamy and xenogamy. Cross-pollination are two types: geitonogamy and xenogamy. Geitonogamy. Geitonogamy means the pollen grains from one flower which is deposited to stigma of another flower, and both these flowers are present on the same plant. Okay, so transfer of pollen grain from one flower to another flower of same plant is called geitonogamy. So this type of cross pollination, it is present in monoecious plants. Monoecious plants. It is look like self-pollination, but it is cross-pollination. So geitonogamy. Geitonogamy means transfer of pollen from one flower to another flower of same plant is called geitonogamy. Then next, type of cross-pollination is called xenogamy. Xenogamy means the pollen grains from one plant which deposit on the another flower present on the another plant, which is called xenogamy. Okay, and there are two different plants. From this plant, pollen grains are deposited on the another plant's flower, and these plants are different but they are same species, and this type of cross pollination is called xenogamy. Okay, so cross pollination two types: geitonogamy and xenogamy. Gytenogamy, what you can see? In same plant, from one flower to another flower, pollen grains are transferred. But here in this case, there are two different plants. From one plant, pollen grains are deposited on the another plant's flower. That is xenogamy.